Greta Thunberg is one of the most famous young activists of our time. At the UN Climate Change Summit, she famously said, "People are dying, people are suffering, entire ecosystems are collapsing." This inspired one of the most greatest conversations of climate change and how we can help. Today, I'm be talking about Greta Thunberg and her speeches that have caused a massive uproar and have been heard all across the world. I have researched her interviews, her speeches, and her conversations, and I've really taken a dive into what her message is and why she was trying to help. Today, we're going to be talking about who Greta Thunberg is and what her purpose is, her call to action and why is it so effective, and how her public speaking skills are so strong it inspires people to act. So, to start off, Greta Thunberg is a Swedish activist for climate change. She started when she was 15 years old and she was protesting outside Swedish parliament. She did not appreciate how they were not taking this very seriously or urgent, and she wanted to change that. She felt like they were not doing enough as a government and they could do better as a whole. So how does she start this change in the first place? She started the Fridays for Future movement, where students all across the world skip school on Fridays to promote climate action. She has inspired others all across the nation, and according to BBC News, she has inspired a climate strike across over 150 different countries. In the delivery of her speech, according to trueworld.org, the conversation of climate change as a whole was already a big issue in the time that she created this speech that was very famous. And because of this, she was a massive face of climate change, and why people were taking it seriously was because she was so young and she was also very passionate, and people did not recognize that at all from our generation, and people were inspired by that. And I think that is really important through her tone and her body language throughout her speeches. She's really able to grasp the audience attention and keep it that way. So, how does her public speaking skills really cultivate this whole thing about how she continues to be very inspiring to other people? So, Greta Thunberg, she uses the audience-centered approach. She uses specific dialogue to match her audience's demographic, and this really is helpful when trying to cater towards a younger audience, so that way they understand the language that is being spoken and the type of dialogue that is being spoken, also while being serious and getting that urgency out of the people. And her delivery of the speeches, she uses a very passionate tone, and that can be really cultivating for not only young people, but also for the older generation. They are really captivated by a strong speaker that can really keep their attention going. She also uses persuasive speaking skills, and this is really important for speakers that are trying to get their audience to change their opinion. And she does this because she is saying, "Hey, we need you, and we need you to start helping because this is not going to work if we're not all in this together." Greta Thunberg has proven time and time again that social change with public speaking is the most essential skill that you need to have. If you want people to change how they are viewing a certain viewpoint, then you need to have a cultivating speech to be able to grasp them and want them to change. And she started movements, she's inspired others, and she gets them to want to change. And that is the whole point of public speaking and why this is so important. Greta Thunberg reminds us that we are never too small to make a difference. Thank you.